Hi, you guys. Hi. I hope everyone's having a super awesome day, night, whatever it is. I am so excited to come here and chat with you guys tonight about sponsoring. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me while we wait for everybody to pop on. I feel like that there is an awful glare with these glasses, so I'll just take those off so we can concentrate. I am your big Cincy sister. Let's say that because I love that we're all connected, even though we aren't necessarily in the same region or in the same state or even in the same country, but we can all come together and share on this journey that we're all on and help each other. And that is my favorite part about Cincy. And so I just feel like we're all a big family. And so think of me as your big Cincy sister. My name is Laura Godwin. I live in Georgia. I am, February 2nd is going to be my 12th year Cincy anniversary. I'm super excited to tell you that it is just, it's way more fun today than it was even when I joined in 2009. I'm sure that is many people's story, but it just blows my mind because you hear so many people that are like, whatever they've started out doing, it quits being super fun. Like the honeymoon phase is over. But in my Cincy journey, it gets sweeter every single year. And so that's exciting. I want to tell you a little bit about me personally, a little bit about me professionally, but I want to spend the majority of our time tonight talking about sponsoring. So a little bit about me personally. I've been married for 16 years, and I have a little man. He is 14. I am a fur obsessed. I just love fur babies. We've rescued tons of animals in our little lifetime, and our little blackmouth cur is a puppy. Her name is Maple, and you've probably seen I'm kind of a proud parent. Like I post a lot about her, but anyway, but we are super involved in our community, in our church. I'm also a certified CrossFit coach, and I own a gym that my husband manages here in our hometown. And I just love to help people, and whatever path that takes me down, whether it's volunteering at church, helping out somewhere, if it's helping someone on their fitness journey, helping someone in Cincy, that is my life's anthem. Like it just is what draws me and helps me just find a lot of passion in life. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we homeschooled before it was cool, before it was COVID, before all the things. Like I'm a former teacher. My goal is to always homeschool my little man, and he's never been to daycare or school. So I've been his only teacher. Let me think what else about me. I think that's it. It's super weird to sit here and try to talk about yourself, but professionally, I am a kitnapper. Who else is watching that joined just for the kit? Come on. Who are you? Make me feel okay. Kitnapper, I had no intention of doing anything with Cincy. Like I pretty much told my sponsor, you might as well leave me alone because this is probably not going to be my gig. I'm not going to be one of those people that gets celebrated. I told her a lot of things that probably made her realize that I was the craziest person she'd ever met. But she was still kind to me and very patient, and I joined for the kit, but I have stayed because of the community and because of the personal development and because of the fact that it wasn't a one-size-fits-all community where I was expected to live up to a certain standard. Nope, Cincy is so different. And that is why I'm here. That's why I've stayed, and that's why I've thrived in this business, is because I could make it my own, and I wasn't locked into thinking and acting and being like someone else, right? So I hit director in 6 months and superstar director a year later. Guys, top of the compensation plan. The little girl that's introverted, you guys, there were more cows in my town than there were people. We only had a caution light. It was an hour to Walmart, an hour to Target, an hour to Starbucks. I mean, an hour to everything. All of our doctors were an hour away. All of our dentists were an hour away. We lived in the boondocks. And I have super social anxiety, like bad, socially awkward. And so if I were to write down on a list of paper all the reasons why I should not have been good at this, or I should not have been great, I can get you that. In fact, I could get you that notebook. I could get you that novel, right? But Scentsy. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing with you guys, sharing with people I've never even met before, because I need you to know that if Laura can do this, anybody can do this. Anybody can. So I've earned every single incentive trip in my Scentsy journey, which is really crazy because I didn't come from one of those big metropolitan areas that had tons of people. I homeschooled my kid. I worked from home. I was a piano teacher when I quit teaching school and decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. I then started teaching piano. And you guys, like, I just have to tell you that there were so many reasons that I could have sat back, so many excuses that I could have sat on, and let them hold me back, but I didn't. And I had so many amazing people to look to, mentors in my life, people that I sought after, read their books, watched their YouTube videos, listened to their podcast, watched them on stage at Scentsy events. And you guys, I'm here today because of the amazing opportunities that I've had to listen and to learn from people. So I hope that tonight I can pay it forward in your journey as well. I hope that tonight I can change your life in the area of sponsoring. Just like so many years ago, there were people that God placed in my path that changed my journey. I want to be part of that story of yours. You don't ever have to say my name. You'll forget my name. But I want to be able to pay it forward to the amazing people that paid it forward in my life. Make sense? All right, let's dig into this. We are going to talk about sponsoring. Some people call it recruiting. Some people call it sponsoring. You can call it whatever you want. I want you to know that thankfully, as I briefly mentioned just a minute ago, there are a million different perspectives, ideas, personalities, tips, styles, whatever, systems for sponsoring well. And I may do it one way. Wendy, your amazing Scentsy mama, may do it another way. But you know what? We all get it done. And I love the fact that I can be kind of in a rut a little bit and hear just a little different perspective that gives me passion and fire in my soul. And it can be the game-changing moment, because guess what? If I was still trying to recruit like I was trying to back in 2010, probably wouldn't be doing very well with it. I might, but I probably would be a little stagnant. So please write down all of these tips. Even if at the moment they don't seem to align with your journey, write them down anyway, because later on you may reference back this training and be like, man, this is the day I might need to add that. Or you may be writing these notes for someone in your journey that's going to come to you one day asking for advice that you don't naturally have the experience to give them advice, but you can say, as I have so many times, oh my gosh, let me pull out my notebook. I was at an event and I heard a girl speak on this very idea. Hold on, let me grab my notebook. And then I just read to my downline exactly the notes that I took for a training that I might not have even really needed myself at that moment. But thankfully I took notes so that I could share them with them. So be awesome for someone else's journey and take notes, even if it seems like it's something that doesn't really apply to your journey right now. So thank you, Wendy, for giving me this opportunity. Should have probably said that at the beginning because I mean it with every fiber of my being. I'm so honored. I've been looking forward to this all night. So I do have to tell you something that you already know, but just let me cover all the bases and lay all the groundwork down. So in my opinion, we overthink things a lot, and I need to tell you that strong sales usually equals strong recruiting. Okay? If I see someone that has really amazing sales, they usually recruit pretty much effortlessly. If I see someone that is really struggling to recruit, a lot of times I find that they have very weak or inconsistent PRV. So I want to tell you that even though we're chasing this idea of being a rock star sponsor, you might need to check out your PRV and make sure that you're sowing the seeds there, so that your customer base is kind of large. One thing that I look back on, I'm such a nerd. I'm super type A. I love to look back in my journey and I see that, here's Maple. I see that a lot of times when I've had amazing PRV, like crazy PRV, even above and beyond what I normally try to get, there's usually 2 or 3 months after that I'm recruiting really well. So find those pockets of time in your Scentsy journey when you've really recruited well. And I bet if you dig deeper in the months prior to that, you probably were hitting some pretty strong PRV numbers. Make sense? Okay. So I want to say that start with your PRV. Don't skip that. Don't just be like, I'm going to be a big recruiter because everybody says that's where the money is. Yeah, you're right. But let's make sure you've got your customer base really good and strong. So, that being said, the most common problem that I have found in my almost 12 years of Scentsy, mentoring people from all over, is that usually when they're struggling to recruit, they usually don't have a really strong or wide customer base. Why did I say wide? I said wide because you don't want to just have all of your customers in one leg. So I have a friend that works at a bank, and her coworkers order from me, and the bank and my contact at the bank, her mom also orders from me. That's one leg, and that's awesome, but I need a lot of legs like that. I need to build wide. I don't want all of my customers in my zip code or even in my state. I worked really hard to make sure that I spread my customer base near, far, and wide, all the things. I want doctors buying from me. I want stay-at-home moms buying from me. I want CrossFit athletes buying from me. I want men buying from me. I mean, like, I set that bar high for myself. And I've been known to get on my VIP page and say, hey, I just noticed I don't have a customer in Michigan. We got to fix this. Who do you know in Michigan? Okay, I have fun with it. So the most common problem with recruiting or sponsoring is that the person doesn't have a big enough customer base. All right. So I'm ready to hit on some major sponsoring tips, the part that the nitty gritty, I like to call it. So overthinking usually leads to underperforming. And guys, this isn't just I just made this up, but it doesn't just apply to our Scentsy businesses. Especially as women, we tend to overthink. We're waiting to get good before we move, and that isn't the way it usually works. In fact, sometimes I notice that when someone first joins my team, they are recruiting better then than they do a year and a half later. Why? Is it because they were green? I mean, you would think the more experienced would recruit more, but that isn't usually how it goes. What is it? Well, it's the fact that they didn't overthink it. They talked about Scentsy everywhere they went. They were posting about it. It was new and fresh, and they had a reason to talk about it. And I want to tell you that overthinking leads to underperforming. In the gym, when I am trying to do something big in an Olympic lift, there's so many times where my husband will say, you're thinking about it too much. Pick up the bar. And I'm like, yes, just do it. The mechanics will follow. Just do it. Pick up the bar. And I want to tell you that honestly, you may be in a recruiting slump because you're just overthinking it. I want to tell you that you are probably waiting for the perfect flyer. Okay. But recruit. But talk about it. I mean, the flyer's great, but there's tons of people that recruit without flyers. Stop waiting for the perfect flyer. You may be saying, "Oh, I need to revamp my opportunity packets." Like, I know that it's easy to get in this revolving door of perpetual preparation. That's a lot of P's, and I really feel tongue-tied. But like, we're always trying to prepare. Honey, it's go time. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity packets and just start having conversations. Stop waiting to make a flyer, to wait for some genius person to share a flyer. Just start talking like you did in the good old days when you got your starter kit and you had no experience at all, but yet you were so passionate. You had fire in your soul about what you were doing, and you talked about it, and people wanted to be part of it. Okay? Don't overthink it. I'm telling you that there are people, and it could be you, I don't know, but there are people that don't get excited about sponsoring until there's a join special. What in the world? What are you waiting for? You're overthinking this. People want to join your team, and 9 times out of 10 when there is a join special, I am upselling them to the $99 kit on purpose, and they want the $99 kit. I rarely have someone that actually goes through with the 20 or the $50 or whatever the join kit is, I almost always am able to upsell them to the regular kit. Don't overthink this. Okay, next thing. Work at being credible. I have to be your big Cincy sister right now, and that means we have to have a heart to heart, and this is a tough love session, and I love you enough to say this, okay? Honey, you may think you're the most on board, all in, super rockin', in love with Cincy consultant that there ever was. But if I went to your social media platforms and I scrolled for a little bit, what would I see that would make me pick you? What would I see that would make me feel like that you were credible and that you were taking this so seriously and that you were the go-to Cincy girl? Because I'm telling you, I have had people join my team, even though they're coworkers that they see every single day, sell Cincy, and they join my team, and they live in different states. I have had the weirdest, coolest scenarios where people join my team and they literally knew so many other people, big names in Cincy, but they picked me for a reason why. Because something that I did showed them that I was credible. It's a word that nobody really wants to take ownership of. You want to just sit back and be like, well, I know what I'm doing and I know that my heart's in the right place. Well, actually, you have to live out loud. And actually, if you are trying to sell someone on your own ability to lead them and to do Cincy with them, then you might need to show them that you take this seriously. This is a deal breaker that keeps so many people from sponsoring. I'll have someone tell me, Laura, I'm spinning my wheels. I'm not recruiting, and it's not because I'm not trying. I hear this all the time. And I'm like, okay, tell me the last 5 things that you've done in the area of recruiting. Tell me the last 5 things that you've done. And they will sit there and think and think and think and not be able to come up with anything. And then I will say, okay, send me a screenshot of something or some things that you've posted in the last 5 days that has helped you be seen as the credible Cincy girl, the one that takes it seriously, the go-to, someone that would be, like trustworthy to join. Nothing. Or they're sharing a pre-made flyer that someone else had that might be on 8,000 other Cincy consultants' websites. It's not going to do it. That's not going to make you credible. And if I'm trying to figure out who to join, and I have a choice, because don't lie to yourself. Everybody has a choice on who they join. I don't care if they've been your customer forever. It doesn't mean that they take you seriously enough to join your team, okay? That is a level of trust that you have to earn, and being credible is going to get you there. I want to talk to you about some ways that I believe you could go from being absolutely incredible. No, not incredible. What's the right way to say that? The opposite of credible would be help somebody smart. What's the opposite of credible? I can't even imagine. I mean, I can't even think of what it would be. Not incredible, uncredible. Okay, let's move on. If you guys know the answer to that, but I'm super red right now because I'm like, yeah, I used to be an educator. That was a long time ago. Okay, so think of your social media as a billboard, not reliable. Yeah, I think that works, Andrea. Thank you. Okay, so when I do trainings, I will give my leaders or my team members or whoever I'm speaking to little homework assignments, or sometimes it'll be like a real quick, like 30-second challenge right then and there on credibility assignments, credibility homework. I'm trying to help them be credible, because even though you know you're in it to win it and all in, have you shown that to anybody else? And so I'm going to give you an idea. I wrote down 4 that I will sometimes give. And you don't have to use this tonight. I just want you to think about it as we go forward in 2021. I want this to be the year that you sponsor like you've never sponsored before. If you typically sponsor 10 in a year, I want you to triple it. We're going for 30, okay? If you normally sponsor 1 a month, triple it. You're going for 3. Okay, we're not playing small this year. So here are some credibility assignments. You can write them down. Try to do 1 every couple of days. I know we don't want to make our posts super spammy and super Cincy all the time, but guys, I mean, seriously, it is so good for you to just jump out of your comfort zone and do big things. Okay, so anytime we meet together, or read a book, listen to a podcast, go to World Tour, attend World Tour virtually, whatever. Anytime you hit a goal, anytime you hit an achievement, anytime you get Happy Mail. Yep, Happy Mail. Anytime you get a thank you card from one of your customers, anytime you're making up a gift for your customers, anytime you are going on a coffee date with a potential customer or a potential recruit or maybe a Scentsy sister, anytime you get in the mail something fun. So, you like show and tell? I love show and tell. It's the kindergarten teacher in me. I love show and tell. And I want to tell you that I got a recruit one time because I posted a picture of an Amazon, I think it was a sticker pack. It might have even been tattoos. I think they were tattoos back then. Like the tattoos that you like lick and stick on yourself. Okay, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I was super excited. I got them in. I posted it on my VIP page and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now and I cannot wait to spoil my customers this month. Look at my goodies. Okay? All right? I posted that. I think they were tattoos. And I had someone join my team later. And so part of my interview process after someone signs up with me is I will say, so what drew you to Scentsy? What drew you to my team? What drew you to want to do Scentsy with me? And she was like, do you remember that post you did where you had gotten something in on Amazon and you posted about how excited you were to be a blessing to others? And she was like, I realized that I wasn't doing enough good in my life or something. I don't remember how she said it. And she was like, I went in on that. I looked at this as an opportunity for me to be a blessing to others. Later on, I realized she didn't really join for the money. She just needed an outlet to make her life more positive. You guys, I mean, like, let that sink in. They're watching. Are you being credible? Are you showing them that you are trustworthy with their Scentsy journey? They're trusting you with it. Everything counts. So I got these stickers in from Amazon. Someone posted them. I don't know who to give credit to, but they're, oh my gosh, like ginormous amount. I wonder if it would tell me how many. I want to say that there were 100, but I could be wrong. Anyway, look at how stinking cute they are. Like I'm getting ready to, I've been putting these in everything, okay? Everything I've been putting these in. I really just want to show you, like I got a bunch of, they're so colorful and I about dumped them and they are so happy. And like, I've found so many, like look, so many themes in there, like lots of bee stuff, perfect for spring. God is good for my Jesus following customers that are super religious and like hippie-licious ones. Look at this one, hippie-licious. I love hippie. Anyway, I'm just super excited about it. And I'm getting ready to post it. I've been using them in my Happy Mail. They go in everything. My team mail, everything. And but I'm getting ready to do a post like that because it's been a while. And I'm just going to share about how excited I am about my stickers and how I can't wait to be happy, to spread happy to my customer's life. Okay, it is from Amazon, and I will share the link. Okay, so here are 4 things that I want you to do for me, not for Miss Wendy, even though she's such a freaking awesome rock star, like a real life angel. And if she asked me to do even the impossible, I would darn sure try. But nope, you're doing this for me. Your Scentsy sister that you just met for the first time tonight, that talks way too fast. Yep, me. You're doing this for me. 4 things. Ready? In the next week, 7 days from tonight, and Jesus is watching, so don't you dare skip one. I don't care what order you pick either, but in the next 7 days, somewhere out in real life on social media, I want you to give me 4 credibility posts, and you can say whatever you want. You can be as vague or as transparent. I mean, just be authentic and don't copy somebody else's wording, right? But here's what I want you to do. 4 posts. Ready? You're doing this for me. Promise? Okay. I want you to write a for real overcomer post. Yep. I want you to get on social media and say something to the tune of, you guys, I cannot believe where I am in Scentsy right now because last month I was struggling, or you could even say, I can't believe where I am in Cincy right now because 12 years ago I was the most introvertest introvert that the world's ever seen. Or 12 years ago I lived in a little bitty old town that didn't have that had more cows than people. I mean, I don't know what you want to say. I don't know your story, but I want you to think about it, and I really, really want you to write from your heart something that you've overcome. It can be anything. Okay, it might be your fear of public speaking, and then you're doing lives. It could be your fear of, I don't know, it could be that you couldn't believe when you started Cincy, you never thought you'd get beyond a $200 order, and here you are, your lifetime PRV is 8,000. Overcoming post. What have you overcome? We've all overcome something. Figure it out and write a post about it. And bonus points if you've got a selfie that you can use with it, okay? People want to see your face. You don't have to be a beauty queen. I have acne. I have bad hair days, like I'm going on 5 days of not washing it. You don't have to be perfect. Just get out there and live out loud. Promise? That's only one post. You got 3 more. Ready? Set a goal post is your second post. Set a goal post. Your goal can be something like you're trying to get a new customer in whatever state that you realize you don't have a customer in. Or maybe your goal is to hit 2,000 before the end of the month, 2,000 PRV by the end of the month. This goal post could be that you're wanting to lose 5 pounds in before March, and you are going to listen to podcast every single day while you walk. Podcast for your Cincy business, lose 5 pounds before March. Whatever you want to pick. But what is your goal? You're going to set a goal out loud in front of everybody, and don't you dare dream big. Come on. We got to have something to celebrate, okay? So I want you to set a goal post in front of your customers, in front of God and country and everybody, because people love to cheer on somebody else. I'm still on the first page. I've got 2 pages of training notes. Okay, third post that you're going to post from me, a freaking fun post. People want in when they see someone else having fun. When they see someone is having fun, they just want to be part of it. When's the last time you had so much fun in your business that it spilled over to your social media? You went live with a whiff box maybe. You went live with your business supplies. You went live sniffing all the testers, digging into that new collection that launched. You went live and just oozed your happiness all over it. Okay? When's the last time you did that? You're going to do it this week, 7 days from tonight. You're going to do it because your big Cincy sister is telling you that you've got to do this. You have to do it. Freaking fun post. I don't care what you're having fun with. Maybe you get Happy Meal in from Cincy. Maybe your world tour kit hits. Maybe you just do a freaking fun post because you're so giddy excited because World Tour is coming, and on Friday you take a picture with you and your glasses and your coffee cup and your fuzzy socks and your pen and your paper and your whatever. Okay. Your fourth one is a thankful post. This is my favorite, and I probably overuse this one because if I do anything wrong, I want to be too thankful. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. So your thankful post needs to be thanking someone else. Thanking someone else. It can be, I want to thank my customers. It could be, I want to thank my Cincy mama. It could be, I want to thank Orville and Heidi for, what's the saying? Swinging for the fence. Yeah. I want to thank the home office. I want to thank Jesus. I want to thank, I don't know. But you just have to figure it out. You have to figure it out. Figure out what you're thankful for and then live it out loud in a post. And bonus points if there's a selfie involved. Okay. All right. So here we go. Turning the page, big things. So we've talked, let's just review a little bit. I get super excited about each point that I forget where I'm even going. So the first point was overthinking leads to underperforming. The second point was work at being credible. And the third and final point is be specific, be intentional. There's so many people that do kind of all right with the first two, but they're not specific enough. They're not intentional enough, and they take some shortcuts that they shouldn't take, okay? So be specific and intentional when you're trying to sponsor, when you're trying to build your reputation so that people trust you enough to do Cincy with you. I want you to remember a few things, and these are just things I've learned on my journey. There, you won't find these probably in a book anywhere. It's just personal experience stuff. People love to see their name in writing. They love to hear their name spoken. So use their name, sister. Use their name, mister, as many times as you want. I'm serious. It helps. So here is an idea. I went to Michael's the other day, and they had big old packs of these. I don't even know what they're called, but they're like cardboard-ish. No, they're stinking cardboard. Like this thing right here is tough. Okay. Cardboard tags. I got, I think 50 in the pack, $3. Okay. I just tied a ribbon around the top. Actually, my son and our teenage next door neighbor tied ribbons around the top. I stamped it with just a regular stamp. Now it's glossy, so you got to use that fancy pants ink called Stays On. Okay. I did that, and then I write their name, and like all month long, everything that goes out of my house, whether it's an order that I'm dropping off at my gym, my church, taking it to my groomer, or if I'm mailing it. Yesterday I mailed out 42 packages to customers all over the world, and guess what? They all had their name written on here with a glitter Sharpie. They make those, and it was life-changing. I love glitter. Life-changing glitter Sharpies. They make them, okay? Yeah, so people love to see their name, but they also love to hear their name. So after they get their glittered up fancy pants name tag package, then you're going to follow up next week with a voice messenger, like the voice tool on Messenger, and you're going to use their name. Hey, Wendy, it's Laura. I've been on pins and needles wondering when you would get your package. Have you gotten it yet? And what did you think of the Jade and Jasmine? I've been dying to know what you think of it. Tell me, tell me. That's all you have to say. I mean, I send those messages out every single day. I do. I follow up just like that. People love to hear their name. Say their name. Oh, this is an extra. One time, it was actually last March. I set out a big goal for myself. It made me crazy, but it worked, and people still mention it. Okay. So I set out a goal that everybody that ordered from me in the month of March, I would give them the meaning of their name, the meaning. I don't know why. I just thought it would be special, and it'd make them feel really valued and loved. And so I did that. And so I would, oh my gosh, some people's names are crazy too. Like, it was hard to find the meaning of their name. But there were so many people that messaged me that month that was like, Laura, I didn't know my name meant beautiful, or Laura, I didn't know my name meant famous, or I had no idea that my name had Greek roots, and they loved it, loved it. I just got them off the internet, and I started out laminating them, and then I realized that was a little bit too much work. So then I just printed out on cardstock, and every customer that ordered from me in March, they got a little tag. It was like 5 or 6 to a sheet probably. They know what their name means now, and I got to be part of that journey, and I loved it. I need to maybe not set a month because it was a lot of work. I have a lot of customers, but anyway, okay, so be specific, intentional. Point number 2 under that is I love to have a why, but I also love to be a little unpredictable. So when's the last time you felt like you needed to ask someone to join your team, but you did not feel like you had laid up enough groundwork to hit them with that? And it was going to feel like spam. It was going to feel like aggression. It was going to feel like nasty because you hadn't sowed enough seeds there. You ever feel like that? Like, man, I want to ask them to join my team, but maybe I need to build a relationship first. Have you felt like that? So when I get in those modes, I will usually go to their Facebook page, start commenting on some stuff, ask them about themselves and all that thing, and all that stuff. But then usually it comes down to me making a post like this. Go to Facebook Messenger, hit the little microphone thing, and say something like, hey Jessica, it's Laura. Listen, I'm feeling kind of awfully guilty right now, and I gotta talk to you. And then I just leave it at that. And they always come back really fast. And they're always like, oh my gosh, what have you done? Or I haven't heard from you in forever. What is this about? You got to tell me. I'm dying. And sometimes it's good to do this with old friends. Sometimes it's fun to do this with people that maybe used to buy a lot from you, but maybe you feel a little guilty because you didn't follow up with them well, and you don't even know if they're buying Scentsy anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. And then when they answer back, you're gonna be like, I feel so guilty that I've known you for this long, or that I've been your Scentsy girl for this long, and I have dropped the ball big time. And I'm just gonna be honest. If I don't do this, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. And then just ask him to do Scentsy with you. Be like, girl, I want you to do Scentsy with me, and I can't believe I've never asked you, and I got to get this off my chest. Have you ever thought about doing Scentsy with me? Just ask them. Quit overthinking it. Just ask them. You will hook them with that first part of, hey, I'm feeling really awfully guilty right now. I got to talk to you. And then just let it go. Like, it's all about your approach. If you're humble and you've got them in mind, then the rest will follow. I mean, it will fall into place. Okay. The third part under be specific and intentional is good human skills. So you remember that part that I said about, like, you don't just spam someone that you don't know or that you haven't built a relationship with? Yeah, you should do that. And so one of the things that I want you to know is that if you want them to be interested in you, you got to be interested in them. So I love to comment on baby pictures. I love to comment on their dinner last night. I love to make a big deal about their fur babies, ask them what breed it is. Get to know them. Be interested in what they're interested in. And then likewise, they'll turn around and be interested in you. One of my favorite things to do, try it. I dare you. Go to Target tomorrow or wherever you go, because I know every state's different right now with lockdown, but I dare you to ask somebody where they work and them not ask you back. That's the way it goes. They ask you how your day is, you ask them. You know what I mean? Like, you ask, they ask. But you're not getting to tell anybody that you do Scentsy, because you've not been very interested enough in the person you're talking to. So they don't ask you what you do because you never ask them. Start there. Start with being intentional and being interested in someone else. Okay, we gotta go. Okay, so I do have a bonus. And I promise I'm gonna shut up. Oh my gosh, Wendy's never gonna ask me to come on again because I've gone over. Hey, so my last little bonus, this is just like the PS, is I want you to consider not selling yourself in the recruiting process and instead change up your technique. And I want you to try selling your team, because I know this is gonna hurt. But there's probably people out there that even on your best days, they don't like you. It's bad. They just don't. And you don't know why. And it's not because you're a bad person or you don't apply effort or whatever, but they just don't click with you. There are people out there that are just never going to be your whatever, your type, your kind, your tribe. And guess what? You still want them to join your team. You still want them to have confidence in you and do what you're doing, right? So you recruit them. By how? They don't like you. They don't connect with you. They're not your people. You know why they join your team? Because you're selling them on your team. You're letting them know that there's a tribe behind you that they're going to have access to 24/7 for free. Any time of the day or night, they're going to have a whole network of family behind them. It's not just a you show. All God's people said amen. It's not just a you show. You will draw so many people to you when they just realize that, wow, when I joined Scentsy, there are 500 people on Laura's team. And like almost 4,000 in her group. I'm going to have endless amount of ideas. I'm going to have endless amount, because it's not a Laura show. And when I'm trying to recruit someone, I rarely ever talk about oh my gosh, I never talk about my accomplishments. They have no idea I got Shining Star in 2016. They have no idea that I've earned every trip. I'm not selling myself. I'm not. I'm letting them know that there's a network and a tribe of people that have good hearts, that are out there with like-minded focus, razor-sharp focus on changing their family's finances, living their dream, being more financially independent. And so I want you to think about, I mean, gosh, I feel like I've covered so much. You guys are like, your brain might hurt a little bit. Sometimes my brain hurts a lot. I feel like I've been to every spectrum, but I really wanted to. This PS is maybe my favorite part because it takes the pressure off of you. You don't have to be the rock star. You don't have to be the end all, meet all. I don't even know how to say all that, but you know what I'm saying? Like your team, oh yeah, that's where it's at. That's where the magic is. And your new recruit, if it's just you that you're asking them to join and you're only talking about yourself and you're leaving out the amazing support that you have with each other, then you might have a harder time convincing them that this is the path for them. Don't miss that part. Promise? Okay. Oh, I've talked so much. I'm going to stop there. I hope you guys took away a bunch of nuggets. I used to say, I hope you took away one thing that will change your journey. Nope. I want to change your year. I want you to end 2021 and I want you to look back and be like, man, it was that changed it. It was this. I want you to share some of this stuff with your team because there's only 29 of you guys watching. But if you take this back to your team members, you could light a fire in them, change them for good, and you could be the spark that ignites their fire. Okay? So share something that was impactful. Do you guys have any questions? I really believe that I was supposed to shut up like 9 minutes ago. So maybe you could put you guys are so sweet. I'm reading the comments now and you're just blessing my soul so much. The comments happen a lot and I read them and then I try to stay focused, but thank you guys for saying thank you. That is so kind. Yay. Okay. So you have to celebrate your success stories with me because it empowers me so much, but I'm serious about the 4 things I ask you guys to do. I'm not gonna let you out of it. 4. I'm asking you to take 4 things. You got this. I'm going to repeat them because I'm serious about them. An overcoming post. Something that you've already overcome. Well, I guess it could be present tense too. That could be cool. Overcoming post. Something you've overcome to get where you are. Set a goal post. Something that you're aiming for. Something that you're striving for. A freaking fun post. That could be really fun. I mean, you've got a lot of ammunition for that because we have so much fun together. And then a thankful, an attitude of gratitude post. Those are your 4 pieces of homework. And I want you to brag on yourself when you get finished. I love you guys. I love your Scentsy mama. Like, she's one of my favorites. My favorite humans. Like, seriously. Good luck. I'll see you all again on Friday because I'll be watching with you even though we're not like in each other's face. So know that I'm watching with you. I love you. Be awesome this week.